There are dogs who greet the world with the same bright enthusiasm, who wag and bounce for anyone willing to meet their eyes. And then there are dogs who change in subtle, almost private ways around one particular person. Their body settles differently when you enter the room, as if your presence quietly reorganizes the atmosphere. Their breathing deepens when you sit beside them, not in excitement, but in relief. They follow you, not with frantic energy, but with a calm certainty that feels steady and intentional. The difference is not loud, yet it is profound. It is the difference between general friendliness and selective attachment, between social behavior and emotional bond. Welcome to the bonded dog. Deep attachment in dogs rarely performs for an audience. It does not always look like jumping, licking, or constant invitations to engage. Sometimes it looks like stillness, like a dog who chooses the floor near your feet instead of the center of activity. It looks like eyes that soften only in your direction, like muscles that release tension without being asked. If you have ever wondered whether your dog is not just affectionate, but emotionally bonded in a deeper way, the signs are often quieter than most people imagine. Proximity without demand. One of the clearest markers of deep attachment is proximity without demand. A securely bonded dog does not need to press against you constantly in order to feel connected. They simply prefer to share space with you. They may lie across the room, positioned where they can see you comfortably, aware of your presence without insisting on interaction. This kind of closeness feels different from clinginess. Clinginess carries a restless quality, an undercurrent of worry about separation. Secure attachment feels regulated and steady. When you stand up, a bonded dog does not startle or panic. They lift their head, observe, and if they move, they do so calmly, adjusting their position in quiet continuity. Often the strongest bonds reveal themselves in uneventful moments when nothing is happening at all, when you are reading, working, or simply sitting in silence, and your dog chooses to remain near you without asking anything in return. Nervous system synchronization. Deep attachment subtly reshapes a dog's nervous system. While some dogs greet their person with explosive excitement, the more telling signs often appear after the greeting fades. A deeply bonded dog settles quickly once you are home. Their breathing slows when they lie beside you, their shoulders soften, and their blinking becomes slower and more rhythmic. Your presence becomes something regulating rather than stimulating. If your dog falls asleep more easily when you are nearby, if they consistently gravitate toward your side of the bed or the chair you occupy most often, if they release a long sigh when you sit beside them, these are not accidental habits. They are signs that your nervous system has become a point of safety for theirs. In these quiet exchanges, there is a biological trust forming, a synchronization that happens beneath awareness. They are not just near you. They are settling because of you. Following without anxiety. Following behavior can look similar on the surface, yet arise from very different emotional states. An anxious dog may shadow every movement with rigid posture and worried eyes, afraid of losing contact. A securely attached dog moves differently. They follow with softness, with relaxed muscles and steady breathing, without urgency or distress. Their movement is not driven by fear, but by preference. When a bonded dog shifts rooms with you, there is no panic in their pacing. There is simply a quiet decision to share space. They are not afraid that you will disappear if they remain behind. They just enjoy continuity. Secure attachment communicates something simple and powerful, which is that connection is chosen, not clung to. And that choice, repeated throughout ordinary daily life, becomes one of the strongest indicators of emotional bond. Emotional checking. Deeply attached dogs pay attention to your internal shifts, often in ways so subtle that they are easy to overlook. They glance toward your face when your tone changes, they approach gently when your energy drops, and they pause when tension enters the room. Sometimes they do nothing dramatic at all, yet their awareness is present. Awareness itself is a form of attachment. If your dog grows calmer when you are calm, unsettled when you are distressed, or quietly rests their head near you during reflective evenings, they are not simply occupying the same environment. They are emotionally tuned to you. This tuning does not require training. It develops through repeated shared experiences, through consistent emotional exchanges that teach them your rhythms. Over time, your mood becomes part of the landscape they navigate, and their responses begin to align with yours in quiet synchrony. Selective vulnerability. Perhaps the most powerful sign of deep attachment is vulnerability that is offered selectively. A bonded dog exposes their belly more readily to you than to others. They hold eye contact a little longer. They sleep more deeply when you are the one nearby. With strangers, they may remain polite but neutral, their bodies slightly alert, their muscles ready to respond. With you, the alertness dissolves. This contrast matters because attachment is not about being friendly to everyone. It is about choosing one presence as safe enough to relax completely. When a dog allows themselves to become fully unguarded in your company, when they soften in ways they do not soften elsewhere, they are communicating trust at its most fundamental level. They are showing that your presence feels like home. The quiet nature of deep bonds. Deep attachment does not demand attention. It does not perform. Sometimes it looks like a dog who waits patiently at the hour you usually return. Sometimes it looks like a body that subtly orients toward your voice in a crowded space. Sometimes it looks like a softness in their expression that appears only when you are the one speaking. These moments are easy to miss if we are searching for dramatic displays. When you begin to notice them, your understanding of love shifts. You stop measuring it in excitement and begin recognizing it in regulation, in shared stillness, in the calm way your dog settles when you are near. Attachment is built in thousands of ordinary moments, in shared silence and shared space, in the quiet rhythm of living side by side. Your dog may never announce this bond loudly, yet they express it every day through subtle choices and steady presence. Before we close tonight, take a quiet moment to think about your own dog, not during the loud greetings or the playful bursts of energy, but during the ordinary parts of the day. Think about where they choose to lie when the house is calm. Notice how their body shifts when you sit down, how their breathing changes when the room grows still. These small details are easy to overlook, yet they often carry the deepest meaning. Attachment is not built in grand gestures. It is built in repetition, in shared silence, in the steady rhythm of simply being together. And when you begin to see that, you realize the bond was never something you had to question. It has been there all along, quietly shaping both of you. If this way of seeing your dog resonates with you, if you value the emotional language that exists beneath visible behavior, this is what we continue to explore here at The Bonded Dog. You are welcome to subscribe and continue reflecting on the psychology of connection with us, one calm observation at a time. And until next time, pay attention to the still moments, because they often carry the deepest truths of all.